Now, the picture that I just showed you is the picture of the 49 South Africans or Afrikaners that just left to relocate to the United States of America. Relocating to the United States of America. This comes after the claims that they sent to the White House to say that they are being mistreated. There's a lot of genocide and all that, which seeing them that they've landed, I suppose it's good for them. Apparently they are being welcomed by the Deputy Secretary of the State, Christopher Landau, which is something that I suppose, like I said, to them it's good. But you will know that the president came yesterday and commented or had a say onto this whole situation, because the single screen noticed that President Ramaphosa came and said people who are being enticed to go to the United States do not fit the definition of a refugee. So the first thing is saying those guys that are leaving, honestly, there was no need for them to leave South Africa in the first place, because look, whatever they are claiming it's happening in South Africa, it's not happening. This is what the president is saying. I mean, the president continues saying they are not being persecuted or treated badly. They are leaving because they don't want to embrace the changes taking place in our country in accordance to our constitution. We were well taught by Nelson Mandela and Oliver Tambo on how to build a united nation. South Africa belongs to all who live in it, and no one is being driven out. So this is what he's saying some of these guys are leaving, or these guys rather are leaving because they can't embrace whatever is happening, or they can't embrace the leadership that is on this country, and therefore they are trying to come up with stories to try to run away. I have said this before, allow me to say it again, to say that look, how many people are dying in South Africa, not looking at the color, not looking at the race, but how many people are dying in South Africa. There are a lot of people that are being killed, people are dying, and it's happening everywhere, and therefore it cannot be that maybe when certain people are being killed or are dying, then it has to be that specific group is targeted, because everyone is dying. In as much as the guys living are claiming that there is genocide, there is like killings everywhere in South Africa. And I think that is the point that we must also focus on, not just because a certain group of people or a certain race is being killed, then all of a sudden it matters the most. But anyways, I don't want to comment going further. All I'm trying to say is that, look, in as much as this thing is happening, I said good for them when I started the video, but whatever is being claimed is not happening, man. There are no genocide in South Africa. But anyways, what I'm here to tell you is that, or remind you again, is that, look, remember these 49 Afrikaners that left, they are being taken by, or they will be well taken care of by the Trump administration. One thing that people tend to forget is that after 4 years, there might be a new president that comes and will not agree or will not stand with what Trump just did and taking refugees from South Africa to the United States of America. And therefore they could reverse it all. They could reverse the refugee status, and all those that left now might be forced to come back. Coming back won't be that good for them, because I suppose some of them, they've sold their assets and they are just planning to start a new life in the US. Let's just hope it does not get to that to them. Let's just hope maybe they get to stay in the US forever. But the very same Trump or President Trump or by a Trump administration that gave refugee status or that gave refugee citizenship to some of the Ukrainians when they were running away from Russia, when they were running away from the war, Trump threatened to take or to reverse that refugee status, which means that it's also not solid that obviously Trump can also change his mind tomorrow. In as much as now things are good for the ones that have left, things could turn out to be bad, but let's pray it does not happen that way. But this can also happen. There is a probability of this happening either from new leadership or from Trump himself. But let's wait, let's see. what transpires. But President of our country, Ramaphosa, said that, look, there is no such, whatever reason they are living for, it's not whatever they are saying it's happening in South Africa, it's not happening, and he does not agree with what is taking place. Also with the US, of course, Trump administration, he said, yeah, it does not make sense that they just make these decisions without engaging with the government. There is some sense of undermining that is taking place. There is some sense of course, not wanting to hear the side of the story from our government as to what is happening. I mean, Trump, he's still saying or continues saying that, of course, there is genocide taking place in South Africa, which, man, I don't know, in as much as Ramaphosa or our President Ramaphosa continues engaging with Trump, Trump does not want to back down to say the fact that there is genocide happening. There's a lot of killings of white Afrikaners in South Africa, which, yeah, man, let's wait, let's see what transpires. But anyways, I'll see you on the next one. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. That's all from me, and God bless you all.